Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the update. I am so excited today to welcome you to Coweta Works. Coweta Works is a career expo for our 8th grade students. Over 2,000 students are going to come through the CEC over the next couple of days to be exposed to potential careers. This is an excellent example of the partnership that exists right here between local business and industry and our school system. Can't wait for you to see what goes on inside. Stay tuned. Coweta Works exposed 2,000 8th graders to 52 potential employers throughout the county over 3 days in January. This unique day trip also introduced them to Central Educational Center and the role it plays in the community.
My name is Brad Benyon with Noonan Utilities.
45 presenters and 52 community volunteers enabled 8th grade students from Coweta's public and private schools to engage with local employers. Cynthia Bennett got it all started 7 years ago.
We were at a conference and we had some downtime. So one of the other women in our group started talking about something that they were doing in Alabama. And my ears perked up because I thought that would be great for the CEC. Brought it back, met with Mark, met with the Economic Development Authority. Amanda Fields was there at the time. And it just was a perfect fit for Coweta County. We had a team over at Central Office that bought into it really quickly. We took a couple of trips, watched it happen in action over at other communities in Alabama, and we knew it was for us.
Awesome, awesome. 2,000 8th graders coming through these halls,
Yes.
or when weather permits, outside
Right.
over the next couple of days.
Right. But more importantly, we also have students from Odyssey, and we have students from Trinity. So we have a lot of private school students in the community that are able to come through this year too.
I want you to speak on that for a second, because I think that is one of the things that separates this community from many others.
Mm-hmm.
You set your pride aside at the door, and it's about doing what's best for kid. Public, private, homeschool, whatever the partnership is, it's about doing what's best for kids. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, and they are all here today. And one of the things that's marvelous is this is really a festival atmosphere. So they're in groups with their schools, but they're passing in the halls as we change these locations. A lot of the kids know each other from church. We forget about that. We have a really strong church community here. We have a very strong sports and recreation community. So I see kids waving to each other across the field and down the hallway, and they all feel like they are the rising high school students that are going to make our community stronger.
I spoke to several community members and business sponsors of Coweta Works, and they shared with me why they feel that this is an important event. We're here with Robert Fowler. He's General Manager of BMW South Atlanta and also presenting sponsor for Coweta Works. Robert, thank you for your sponsorship here and for your commitment to our kids.
Well, thank you so much for having us out. At BMW South Atlanta, we're really excited about really growing our employees and the employees in the area from starting out with this from the 8th grade. It's really important that we put as much as we can in the technical aspect of our community here, because there are a lot of amazing jobs that are available that our students don't even know about. BMW, as a matter of fact, the manufacturer, they've invested more than $7 million into the south side of Atlanta with their new training facility. And it's a great jumping point for kids to jump into the automotive space and have the ability to really grow that training and know where they can go and develop here locally. What we found is that when we can grow students locally, we can grow them, they can come on board as an employee, and we can really grow their career moving forward. And we find we have the best success when we start that baseline with our students and grow them into a career.
And you have just under 100 employees, and you're going to be exposed to 2,000 8th graders over the course of a couple days.
Well, it's a great opportunity because they get to see what's available. Like I said before, they don't always know the jobs, the career paths that are available, or just the amount of money that they can make staying here locally and not having to spread out. We also get to grow our roots locally, families grow, and so on.
And Robert, just briefly, what what is available? It goes beyond buying and
we've
selling
got-
cars.
Yeah, you know, we've got, when I talk about just my space, you know, we've got parts logistics, we've got technicians, we've got salespeople. I mean, it really runs a massive gambit, you know, from marketing to finance. I mean, there are a ton of available opportunities.
And tremendous opportunity for you guys, tremendous opportunity for our kids to be able to know what's out there and to expose them earlier and earlier to potential careers.
Well, I think it's really what you hit it on the nail on the head there with exposure. You know, it's all about getting it out in front of them and letting them know what's available. I mean, I remember being in 8th grade, I didn't have a clue what I was going to do, you know, moving forward. And we didn't have anything like this to give us any kind of direction or perspective. And so I think this is really amazing.
We're here now with David Keller and Phil Trickey, who are both CEC board members, but in their former lives, they were business and industry leaders here in Coweta. David, if you don't mind, tell everyone what you did in your former life.
I worked for a company called EGO North America. We were an appliance components manufacturer here in Noonan. For my last 6 years, I was the CEO or the president manufacturing leader at that facility.
Awesome. What about you, Phil?
I was the Vice President of Finance and Administration at Yamaha Motor, where we made ATVs, water vehicles, and golf cars. Retired about 5 years ago.
And I can say to everyone, these two are working just as hard or harder now that they've retired, because I'm involved in a lot of things with them. Guys, from a CEC board member's perspective, talk about the importance of Coweta Works and the opportunity to have our students be exposed to future careers.
Well, this is a great opportunity for 8th graders to really see what the CEC can provide in our school system, but it also exposes them to a lot of different careers they may not imagine that are out there, and what those careers can pay and what they can do for them in the future. And for the business community, it gets us out in front of these young students so they actually know we exist. You know, everybody can see you know, what their moms and dads do, but to learn what is the manufacturing base or the healthcare base, et cetera, in Coweta County is very valuable for the students and for the businesses that reside here.
And Phil, what about you?
Yeah, I think getting a hands-on where they're touching things, experiencing things, getting a feel for, hey, this is something I can do. And this lets them see some of those things before they start picking their high school courses. So getting them at 8th grade and seeing what is available and piquing their interest, I think is really, really important.
And David, one thing I think is important to note is this is just a start. It doesn't stop here. This could potentially lead to sparking a fire in a kid and lead to things like apprenticeship.
Exactly. So we started an apprenticeship system, the German system here in 2016. The students you see behind here in this entire lab is a result of that started program years and years ago. It's really valuable for the students. So many kids aren't going to go on to a 4-year degree. The CEC provides them an opportunity to see how many different careers out there that they can get into, that they need an associate's degree or from West Georgia Tech, or the training they get here at the CEC, which is very valuable for many of these students.
And Phil, you're chair of the CEC board. What does this mean to you when you see all this going on?
It is just so exciting. The Accelerated Career Program gives people the opportunity to get started in their career, get a technical certificate, get an associate's degree, be career ready in high-paying jobs with no school debt.
Here now with Corey Cook from Progressive Heating and Air, one of our local companies here. And Corey, what does it mean to a company like Progressive to be able to have access to 2,000 potential employees over a couple of days?
Well, I tell you, it's a huge value to us. We are currently celebrating our 30th anniversary, so we've been in business since 1994, so this is a very special year for us. So as we continue to grow, it's really important that we're always looking for keen future employees, technicians, installers, heating, air, plumbers.
Yeah, and right here by your simulator, and they can get an idea of what it looks like, huh?
Exactly. I think it's the kind of stuff that, you know, when you're going through school, we don't often learn about these types of things, or there might be other career paths that are, you know, put in front of us that the kids might be looking at, but they may not consider what a career in HVAC could be for them.
We're here now with Stephanie Butcher with University of Georgia Extension Service. Stephanie, welcome to Coweta Works.
It's great to be here.
Awesome, awesome. Stephanie, tell our viewers why it's important for agricultural careers to be represented here at Coweta Works.
So agriculture is the #1 industry in Georgia. It's extremely important that our youth are exposed to careers in agriculture. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and I gotta throw this out there because I think when people think of agricultural careers, they think working in a field. We do this inside now. I mean, it's crazy the indoor farms that are out there.
There are a lot of careers that aren't the traditional working on a farm in the field, although there are, and we still have small farms going on in Coweta County right now producing locally grown foods for our community. So no farms, no food, right?
That's right.
So it's very important that kids understand where their food comes from and how it's produced, and that has changed over the years. Precision ag is a huge career opportunity for kids now. So the use of drones and the improved technology, the education that they can get through places like the University of Georgia to learn more about precision ag and go into careers that they may not have ever thought of before.
Central Educational Center's various courses offer prospective students opportunities to explore career choices in fields represented by local employers, such as healthcare, dentistry, and public safety, among many others. There are so many things in healthcare that exist outside of being a doctor or a nurse. What are some of those?
So obviously we have engineers. They actually keep our hospital up and running. We have our dietary services that feed our patients, they feed our staff. Just lots of other things other than nurses and doctors. We have respiratory therapists, we have laboratory, we have pharmacy that dispenses our medications to our patients, so lots of other avenues.
All right, we're here now with Kim Nolan, and Kim is the director of the Dental Assisting Lab here at CEC. Kim, how are you this morning?
Wonderful. Really excited to have Coweta Works here.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. 2,000 8th graders coming through in a couple of days.
Yes.
What does that type of exposure mean to a program like this?
Well, it's great for the students because if they're interested in dentistry, they know now that there's something, a pathway for them to be able to go instead of just running out in the world and not knowing anything about it.
Yeah, and they have the ability here in Coweta County to get real-time exposure,
Yes, sir.
work on real people right here in this newly renovated space.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
about that for a minute.
So we actually have a clinic here. It's Samaritan Dental Clinic, and we actually had one Monday night. We're having one Thursday night. We saw 8 patients and we extracted over 30 teeth. And the students are the ones that actually run the program. So not only are they getting the real exposure and they're getting the real life hands-on experience, they're helping the community.
And of course it benefits our students. They get that real-time, real-life exposure. Talk for a second about the benefit to the community of what you did here on Monday night.
Yeah, again, the community doesn't realize that there's a lot of people out there who need help. They don't have any way of obtaining any dental help. So now they're able to come in and get free dental services when they have infections, they have teeth that are in a lot of pain. And so it does help the community. It helps with just the students seeing how to give back to people that could really use the help.
That's one of the things I'm most proud of. You know, of course, we have 21st century, the best of the best for our kids to be exposed to.
Yes, sir.
But that relationship between the Central Educational Center and the community, it goes both ways. It's a very reciprocal relationship.
Sir. Yes, sir. It helps everybody. It helps the students. It helps the students, patients, community. It helps West Georgia Tech, everything. So it's an educational and volunteer opportunity.
I got to tell everybody that one way to officially know that you're old is for your former student to be here at Coweta Works running community affairs for one of our local hospitals.
Yes. Get to see you a lot with that. So.
That's right. And Katie, when you were in school, we didn't have anything like this.
No, we did it. Yeah.
Talk about the benefit to an organization like City of Hope to be able to be exposed to 2,000 potential employees over a couple days.
Yeah, like you said, we didn't have this back when I was in school, and so once you you think you want to go to college, get there, don't really know what you want to do. So I think it's an awesome way not only for us to give back to this community, but to give a little insight of what different paths you can take in healthcare and even all the other stuff here, and what a great way to keep workforce here in our county.
The Board of Education and in particular Mr. Brooks had a vision for what CEC would become, and I would have to think that Coweta Works plays directly into that.
This is all over it. Our whole idea was we just didn't want to we didn't have the money to implement this sort of programming at 3 high schools. So we thought, why don't we put it in one place and really put all our resources in one basket, and this thing just turned out unbelievably well. The Board of Education's been very supportive of CEC. The community has, the Chamber, University of West Georgia Tech, the state of Georgia. I mean, we get all kind of people that are really excited about what we've been able to do here.
Awesome. You know, as we prepare to close out today's event, I can't think of a more appropriate way to end this than to talk with Central Educational Center CEO Mark Whitlock. Mark, it's been an excellent day, an excellent couple of days here for our 8th graders at Coweta Works.
Dr. Horton, a great couple of days. One more to go, only in Coweta. We don't find this anywhere in Georgia. In fact, we had to go to another state to locate this, but we're back in person, and 2,000 8th graders get a chance to see more than 50 companies and organizations, programs related to the careers that those organizations have locally, and think about what they're going to do in high school. What a great way. What a great way to do it.
And of course, you're one of the people that founded this whole thing, this whole idea. Tell me what it means to you to number one, see it, but then see it come back to life in person after the pandemic.
What it says is this community has a deep bond of engagement between education, business, and all facets of the community. That's a deep and strong bond. It lasts through pandemics, and it comes back quickly. That's good for our students.
Yeah, I think you just hit on one of the main points. Those bonds that have been built, they'll stand the test of time, whatever's thrown at them, and they benefit our kids.
They benefit our kids. At the end of the day, it's all about them, what they can do, and when they succeed, our whole community succeeds.
Awesome. Thanks for what you've done to put this on. Let's head out.
Thank you.
All right. All right, good stuff. I hope that's given you a strong impression of what happened here at the Central Educational Center over the 3 days of Coweta Works this year. Nearly 2,000 8th grade students and 45 local businesses and employers coming together to talk about their futures. Congratulations to the many organizers right here in our community at the Chamber and at CEC who planned and pulled off this incredible opportunity. It's just a perfect example of what can happen when a community collaborates to the benefit of everyone involved, and a perfect example of what the Central Educational Center is all about. Engaging community employers to tell us about their organization's needs so that our schools can better respond and change as the needs of our local employers change. Exposing those same employers to opportunities for investment in their future workforce. Bringing collaborative partners together from our community to build relationships and build a common effort that is greater than the sum of many parts. Most of all, building opportunities for our students, exposing our students to those opportunities, and focusing them on the possibilities. Congratulations again to the organizers of Coweta Works, the event sponsors, and participating organizations. And most of all, on behalf of our schools and students, thanks. And thank you for joining us for the update. We'll see everyone soon.